Hi, how are you? Thank you for being here today. This is weird, really weird. The first time I record an episode in the bathroom. Oh, don't worry, I'm not taking it down. Well, I was earlier, but I'm not anymore. But it's weird, just kind of standing here looking myself in the mirror while I'm talking to myself like a crazy person. But today I want to talk about something that I've been struggling with. And I have just watched a show and it's make me think about it even more. And it is the trap of tying your self-worth to progress, to an outcome. It's like measuring yourself by your results. And what happened when those results, those things that you thought that would define you, disappear. So what am I trying to say? Well, I've realized that for the longest time, I've measured my self-value by how much I achieve. And it's like something I'm struggling with every day. Every day while I'm at work, all I could think about are the things that I've done wrong, the mistakes I made, and the wrong choices. And I beat myself up for that. And now it's like I'm feeling like I'm a loser. I'm a failure all over again because I failed to act and make a rational decision in the moment. And now I'm facing the consequences. Facing my own demon. And even though now 2026, this is the first time that I start off the year having much more than I ever had. It's like every single year's actually, before 2026, Start of 2025, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, all the years before were way worse than this year. I had a head start this year because I worked my ass off last year trying to make it, trying to get to somewhere, get myself out of this ditch. And here I am, dwelling on to what I've lost, but not focusing on what I have right now. Like I'm literally living in an apartment by myself, and I'm paying for it. I mean, I'm struggling to get by, but I'm making up so I can live comfortably. And instead of being grateful for these things that I have, I keep dwelling onto the past, keep tying my self-worth to the things that I've lost. And now I feel like shit because I've lost things. I made mistakes, the setbacks, and here it's pushing me back to where I was before. Now I'm laying on the ground, not climbing the mountain anymore because I fell. And now I'm laying here, and it's like, it's so hard to get yourself back up and climb the mountain again, because it feels like you're not that same person you once thought when you were still climbing the mountain. Now it's easier to tell yourself that you're worthless, you're dog shit. You don't deserve anything because you tripped and you fell. And now you're laying here blaming yourself for everything you've done. Everything you're going through right now. And it's like I'm saying, if I'm making progress, if I'm getting good results, making the right choices, making the good decisions, then I feel good about myself. But if I'm not, if I trip, make the bad choices, then what? I start to feel like I'm falling behind, or I'm not enough. And that show that I have just watched recently kind of put a spotlight on that for me. It's like, wow, I've really been tying my whole sense of worth to external stuffs without even realizing it. And now things don't go as planned. And you just feel like you're back at square one. And it's tough. Because now it makes me question everything. Everything about myself. And yeah, I'm still figuring it out. And somehow, I think just talking to myself through a microphone really helped me figure things out. Maybe I don't have to have all the answers, but I still want to share this realization with you with all of you, because I think it's something that a lot of us deal with. And maybe the first step is just to recognize it, to know that you're going through this, and starting to untangle our self-worth from the achievements, the things that we think would make us a better human, the thing that would make us feel like we deserve, But it is easier said than done. It's easier to say, oh, okay, I'm just not gonna care about those things anymore. I'm just gonna be myself and still act the same even when I've lost everything, or even when I have everything, you know, I will still have the same amount of self-worth. Like it's easier to say those things, but it's hard to put in to practice, you know. Because in reality, you know, imagine you're this rich kid that like to go gamble in Las Vegas or something. And then you keep on gamble and gamble, and one day you made it. You won a couple $1,000,000, and now you're living on SealSeek and having someone feeding you foods and clean the house, and you don't have to do anything. And now you feel like you're a king, you know. Your sense of self-worth is up to the cloud, because now you feel like you deserve everything. You know, you fucking chat. But then one day, a bad luck, a bad streaks, a bad lucks, and now you lost everything. How on earth would you be able to have any sense of self-worth after that, you know? Because now you're worthless. And it's hard. It's hard when you're at that point in time to be like, you know, I'm still worthy, even though I ain't got a dime to my name. I ain't even got enough money to buy McDonald's, you know? How the hell am I supposed to have any sense of self-worth? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck you telling me? It's not like I go to Las Vegas and gamble or anything, but that's how I feel right now, you know? It's like you have this rejection, you know, you ask the girls out, you got the rejection. Now you feel like shit. Now you feel like you're ugly. Because that girl rejected you badly. And now you're afraid to ask another one out because you don't want to be hurt again. You don't want to go back there again. So instead, you hide. You pull away. You're not taking another shot, another chance on another girl because you're afraid. Afraid that you're gonna fail again. And now what do? You tie your self-worth to that rejection. And now you think you're worthless, ugly, not deserved because of one person. And I'm working on that. I'm really trying. Because, you know, I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I look pretty fucking handsome. You know, even though for some reason whenever I take picture, people take picture of me and post on Facebook, I look like shit. Like, what the fuck? Who is that? Who's that ugly moron? But now I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I look pretty fucking handsome. See? It's all fucking perspective. But we all have one life. Just one. So it's whether I try and learn and try again and show up, and maybe tomorrow or maybe later I'll have a little bit more sense of self-worth, you know? It's like we all have different problems, different ways to solve them, and we all have different ways to cope with pains and, you know, things that haunting us on the inside. And I don't have the answer. I wish I had the answer for it. I wish I can just wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, you know, I'm worthy. I'm worthy of everything. I wish it was that easy. But you know what? That is what makes life so beautiful. Because now we know we can change, but it takes time and effort. But we can. Just gotta realize that it's there, that we can change it. It takes time. And every one of us is different. But as long as we have it in the back of our head that we have the ability to change, have the ability to rewire our brain, we can do it, you know? And one day you will become a more grounded, self-centered, you know, version of yourself, and you will look back to these days and you'll be glad. You'll be glad that you didn't fucking give up. And you try again. And you get the fuck back up. Even when things are collapsing in front of you, you're still getting up and trying again. You get me? Do you get it? Do you get it? Motherfucker. Well, yeah. So I just wanted to talk it out. But I don't have the answer. But I'm gonna figure it out. I will figure it out. Because one day I will have a sense of self-worth that is non-shakable. Unshakable. You know, that would be unshakable. Whether by 100 million jackpot or lose everything that I have, I will still be the same. One day, I'll get there. But right now, it's fucking suck. But you know, what hell can you do now? Just gotta keep yourself disciplined and keep on trying. And do what you do best, right? Just show up and do the work. And just follow your heart. And just keep living. Keep on living it. Because we all have one life. Gotta make it count while we're still here, right? Thank you so much for listening, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.